My name is Raagulan Pathy, and I'm the co-founder of KAST. KAST is a global bank built on stablecoins, aiming to serve people in 150 or more countries. We found that people across the world were trying to trade goods and services, but their local banking just wasn't up to scratch. Stablecoins have allowed people to unlock themselves from these restrictions and have the ability to move money globally. But at the same time, they didn't have the simplicity because they had to use an exchange or a wallet. And that's essentially what we're trying to do at KAST. At the base, it's very simple. It's a cash account, a savings account, and a card that's built on stablecoins that you can use globally. But over time, we will become much like a bank and provide many of the services, including investments, credit, and many other lines, as regulations allow, depending on where we operate over time. What differentiates KAST is the fact that from day one, we've tried to build a global platform. It's very hard to predict who is working for who. There might be a developer working in Northern Africa who's working for someone in Asia, or they could be working for someone in the US. And that would change from day to day. Most competitors are building for a single region or a single corridor, but we have the ambition of building a global platform so you could use it as a true global banking replacement. Before BitGo, we actually built the V1 platform on another custody provider. But a couple of things that we found was that when you're new to the world and you're holding people's funds, brand is important. And having a partner that's regulated, that has the custody solutions like BitGo, meant that people could trust us from day one. So it's not just about the brand name, but it's also about having those licenses in place and having the custody in a jurisdiction that's very well known. Crypto is a fast-moving industry. Companies come and go. BitGo is one of the rare ones that have actually been around for more than 10 years. As a result, it was sort of like a no-brainer to work with someone who's just got a reputation that's lasted through many bull and bust cycles. Because BitGo's been around for so long, they've seen so many use cases. A lot of those feature sets are built in for a lot of the things that we have to do to manage customer funds. We have to do a lot of operational things like sweeping funds, being able to check balances, making sure that we have a lot of controls on our money, a lot of security features. We found with a lot of the competitor products, they're kind of like a blank slate, but you would have to go and build a lot of these features that BitGo essentially had out of the box. For us, in terms of go-to-market, it cut down time so we could actually get a product out and into the market very quickly. I think one of the great things about BitGo is that because of its scale and because of the amount of assets that it custodies, as we scale, it's not difficult for BitGo to scale because they've seen it before. Like, we have so much going on in that business. We have so many new things we're doing. The ability to have custody in the middle and have it as one of the things that is going to be stable and going to scale and we're not going to have to worry about it just allows us to focus on so many other things rather than having to solve for that as well. My view is that crypto is entering its utility phase. You could argue that crypto has been a little bit speculative till now, but we see it every day in terms of payments. I worked at a stablecoin issuer for many years before I started KAST. And I think that's the most exciting thing, seeing people's lives get better because they have an alternate to the traditional banking rails that are enabled by crypto. That's really the most exciting thing that's going to happen over the next 5 years. And I think crypto itself is going to get reshaped. You're going to see that some of the leading companies are the ones who are actually making people's lives easier. And we're going to have billions of people using crypto, not necessarily for trading, but really for use cases of replacing their traditional banking rails.